The year was 1992, and MTV wanted to expand their programming to a dramatic soap opera type of program. They called in the two most creative people they knew, Mary Bunin Murray, who was the executive producer of Santa Barbara and As the World Turns, and her business partner, Jonathan, now what's it? Murray, of course. Jonathan Murray. I've been giving a seminar all afternoon, excuse me. Jonathan Murray. And they listened to their request, and Mary Bunin Murray said, yes, we could do that. However, do you have the budget for 10 writers, 10 producers, 8 directors, 25 actors, set design crew, construction crew, makeup artists, wardrobe department, catering for 250 people a day, and a slush fund for overtime? And they said, well, if you put it that way, no. But you are the creative types. You come up with something. And then Mary and Jonathan said the two words that all creative professionals have been using throughout time to solve their clients' problems. What if? What if, rather than designing a set, we went to a real house? And what if, rather than hiring writers and actors, we got real people and threw them in together and filmed what happens? And what if, rather than having a wardrobe department, we said, wear your own clothes? And what if we went to the merchants in the community and said, would you like your furniture to have 15 minutes of fame? And that, of course, was how they started a new genre of television, the real world. That was the first show. It's still going. Now, in the 10th year, they wanted to go to Las Vegas. And Joey Carson, who was the president of Bunin Murray and one of my speech coaching clients, which is why I know the story so well, called one of his friends in Las Vegas he'd worked with at Fox, and she said, there is only one person to talk to. And that is George Maloof. He's just opening a fabulous new hotel called The Palms, and he wants to attract the young, hip Hollywood crowd. George Maloof showed Joey around the hotel and these 6 new beautiful suites that have been designed for $100,000. And Joey said, this is the perfect type of hotel for our show. However, the whole concept is everyone has to be in together. So it wouldn't work. And George Maloof used the 2 words that all creative professionals have used throughout time to solve their clients' problems. He said, what if we knocked down the suites we've just built? And what if my designers and construction crew built a suite to your specifications? And what if I paid for it? And the real world in Las Vegas was the most popular year, and that suite, which I just went to see a few weeks ago, rents for $10,000 a day and is the most popular suite. Now, what if we as professional speakers could up our value in a down market? What if we had some specific ways to look at the presentation that we're giving and notch it up, perhaps at least double the impact? What if we had a way to come up with material that was so unique that nobody could ever see? And what if we found a few ways to go back to the clients we have and notch it up as far as what we offer and the impact we have on them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by your own definition, because I know we have long-time NSA members that were probably thinking, this better be good, I could give the presentation myself. Then we have other brand new people who've never been here, so by your own definition, your own self-definition, doesn't matter what anybody else says, would you raise your hand if you would self-identify as a beginner speaker, however you define it? Very good. An intermediate speaker. All right, advanced. All right, perfect, good. And just one last question. Where are the totally unfrippnetized? Never heard of me, never seen me before, no idea, I just was told, hey, come to an NSA meeting. Good, I love you, you've not heard anything that I've ever said, it's all new and fresh, welcome. Now, just to make sure we cover exactly what is promised, would you like to read the bullet points that we promised in the promo?
You will learn the 3 ways to emotionally connect with every audience member. 3 formulas that will make your stories and examples more alive. What Jerry Seinfeld knows that you should. Little-known delivery techniques that improve every performance. How to go from great to awesome. The secret to getting invited back over and over again.
Perfect. In front of you, there are some handouts. Did we give out the handouts, or are they in the middle of the tables? Or were they not given out? Well, why don't we pass them out now? That would be a good move. And while we have the total distraction of passing out the handouts, I would like you to ask yourself the question, if there was one piece of information that would make it worth my while coming out this evening, what would that be? And it is your responsibility by the end of the program to know what that is. Now, I actually did ask one of our long-time NSA members, Mark, that question. And he said, my #1 question I would love you to answer, even though it's not exactly on the program, is
how to market in this economy.
Let's look at what's good about this economy. Speaking, keynote speeches are done. We have to look for a way to justify our value and also reconnect with our customers. So the good part about perhaps having less programs is we have time to write this down, revisit what we are doing. Now, this would be true in any business. You revisit what you are doing. We have made very good decisions in the past, but what is really dumb is we do not revisit the decisions we've made when times aren't as good. My website is one of the best ways that brings me business. Yet I'm going through, revisiting, rewriting, tweaking, everything to make it better, clearer, and easier to be found. I recommend all speakers, consultants, coaches, doesn't matter what your practice is, perhaps even musicians, go through your client list and circle those that you had a real connection or really had impact with. They are probably the best letters of recommendation in your press kit. And you call them up and say, now you probably be leaving a voicemail. Or if you can get through them, make the appointment. But when you get to them, you want to say something like, I never get tired of telling the story about what a great meeting you ran in a